Last time you saw me make this Cork gasket using the old composite gasket as a template and cleaning all the silicone off this pan. Now, this week it's time to put it all back together and see if this homemade Cork gasket has actually cured any of the leaks on my engine. Now, as you can see, this pan is now as clean as it can possibly be. You've got to remember, I'm not sure this is the original one from the car. However, it is very, very old. This is as shiny as it's going to get. It's been nicely wiped down and sprayed with brake cleaner, so it is decontaminated as much as possible. What we'll do now is we'll put Hylamar blue around this in a nice thin bead. This will then help the Cork gasket stick and set in place, ready for when we offer it up to the engine. Now, the eagle-eyed among you may notice that the top of this gasket already has blue stuff on it, and the reason for that is that I put it on the wrong way around, like a massive idiot. And then spent about half an hour pulling it apart and cleaning all of this off here and off there. So, tip for you when you do it yourself, make sure you have the gasket the right way around before you stick it to the pan, because it's a massive pain in the arse otherwise. Good? Okay, let's try again. Now, as I do this, you're probably thinking, wow, that is the smallest bead of silicone I've ever seen. Correct. Remember, this is not to actually seal the gasket. The cork is there to seal the gasket. This is just to help it stick, okay? It doesn't, this doesn't set hard, it's like silicone. It stays wet and basically allows you to sort of pull the gasket off again if you need to without having all sorts of stuff stuck to your oil pan. So you don't need loads at all. Right, once that's done, it's time to put the gasket on the correct way around this time. And then what I'm going to do, just while this sticks, is put the give me a wipe while I might. Put the bolts back in the wrong way around, just so it holds this gasket in exactly the right place while this adhesive just holds it there. So this is it, it's time to put this all back together. The Cork gasket's set in place now. I went to put the sump plug back on and realised that I'd not got a washer for it. But they don't actually need washers. The faces of these are flat and they're not designed to have washers on. You can put washers on them, but I just put some more Hylamar on the threads, let that set, and then I just filmed the clip then. I just left the sump on its side for sort of half an hour with some of the old engine oil in it, just to test those seals, and it seems completely fine, to be honest, better than it was before I took it out. It was dripping when I took it out, so yeah, I'm a bit nervous to see how this kind of comes back together, and I'm hoping that the £80 worth of engine oil that I've not just bought doesn't come spilling out of the bottom. But I'm fairly confident. We've done a good job of this, and Cork is a good material for this car. So yeah, I'm going to whip the sump back on. While I'm under there, I'm going to do the oil filter. I might not build that, it's not particularly exciting, it's pretty dark under there, but standard like-for-like oil filter change. And then I will start refilming once everything is back together when we start putting new oil in it. Yeah, back to it this morning. Oil filter out this morning. Oil everywhere because it's sort of inevitable when you start to undo this, the oil will just leak out the bottom of it. So just make sure you've got some blue roller ready. The filter in this doesn't look too bad. Got big chunks of metal in it, which is good. It doesn't have a date on it, so I don't know how old it is or when it was changed, but I have a nice fresh clean one. And I also have a new rubber gasket. This actually wasn't leaking from the oil filter, but it's just good practice to change it when you change the oil. So I'm just going to clean this up a touch because it's a bit gross. Pop the new filter in, and then we can put all this back together. So this is it, moment of truth. Sump gasket, remade, refitted with a new Cork gasket. Oil filter changed along with its gasket. It's time to fill it with oil and see whether I've made these leaks any better or if I've made them worse. So the oil I'm using in this is Comma Classic. It's a 20W50 specifically for classic cars, sort of 50s, 60s and 70s. Contains sort of extra additives and minerals and things just to protect the metal parts within engines like these. I think that's really important in an engine that's this old. Not done that many miles, but it just needs all the help it can get to protect those parts that have been worn down over many, many years. A good little tip is just the catch can that you put under the engine when you first drain the oil. Just clean it out. Clean it out. It doesn't have to be perfect because the engine's got some of the old oil in it still anyway. Just clean it out and put that under the engine. That way, if it does leak, the fresh oil that you've put in, you can just catch in there, and then when you've made the repairs, you can just put it back in the engine again. The last thing you want to do is spend, the best part of £100 on oil, pour it all in, and it just leak all over your drive. That'd be pretty heartbreaking, to be honest. So, yeah, it doesn't have to be perfectly clean. Like I said, there's oil already in the engine. If it mixes a little bit down in the pan down there, so be it. It's not a high performance engine. As much as we want to look after them the best we can, it'll be fine. So yeah, just a little tip there. If you're panicking about what if all my oil leaks out all over the floor, put the pan down there. If it does leak out, catch it all. You've got it there. You can use it again next time. Also, a quick pointer which I sort of half did but could have definitely done better is if your engine is anything like mine and it's been leaking oil, obviously the oil then attracts all the grime off the road and it just gets absolutely plastered. Probably a good idea before you put it all back together to clean all that grime off. I'm not that smart, so I didn't do that. But I'm telling you now so you can be smarter than me that when you're looking for leaks, if you clean all the rubbish off first, it makes it easy to spot. So that's 5 litres of oil in now. It's looking dry so far. Check the dipstick and we're right between low and high. So I'm going to start the car now, let it warm up and get circulated, and then keep checking for leaks and see where the levels get to. Hello, you.
Hi.
So 5 litres of oil is back in the car now. Check the dipstick and we're sat somewhere right in the middle between low and high. Moment of truth, this is a bit where I always question actually did I remember to tighten all the bolts properly or not. I think I did. Obviously did the sump last night and then did the oil filter this morning. Now turn it on, let's check we've got oil pressure, and then we're going to go for the start up. We are going to let the engine run for sort of 10 minutes, get nice and warm, checking underneath and around for leaks, and then we will check the dipstick again once it's warm, just see where the level is. If it needs any more oil, then yeah, we'll just top it up. So we're all right so far. First start wasn't great, but it's not been run for a little while, this car, so the choke's just a bit iffy sometimes. Oil pressure light's gone out, which is good news, means we've got oil pressure, so I'm not panicking too much now. It's not instantly blowing the gaskets out. So yeah, let's just let it get warm, and then we'll see where we are from there. So yeah, here we are, that engine sat here running absolutely sweet at the moment. Or as sweet as it ever has for this car. I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say it's purring like a kitten, but it runs as it ever has. Slight gargling from the oil filler. That gargling sound's been there since I've got it. I think it's some pressure escaping past the piston rings, but not something I'm going to fix now. Engine, and it runs and drives fine for what it is, so I'll just wait until it decides to blow up, and then we'll rebuild it, or we'll get a new one. Yeah, engine all up to temperature, no leaks from what I can see.
But they don't actually need washes.
This seems completely fine.